All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
BoJack Horseman, Season 6, Episode 1. Rehab. He's finally doing it.
Yeah, the
Awesome.
final season. BoJack actually is getting professional help.
Yep.
That isn't some hack therapist, you know.
Right, exactly. And he's
who's
going to be...
gossip about their clients to other people. So.
Yeah, because that's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
But he's going to be locked into this. So, at least until, he gets clean. Yeah. All right.
I am incredulous. I'm excited. I'm worried, but I'm way more excited than those other two.
Yes.
So, okay, BoJack's friends' lives are going to change without him, and that's kind of a fun way to start a final season. Is basically giving us a little bit of a hey, either back to square one or back before even they've kind of been. Influenced that much by BoJack. So.
We've got marriage number 4. We've got being a mom.
Yeah.
And then also, putting the sex bot, to pasture and realizing that you might be in love with BoJack. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, this is the final season. We've come a long way. We're here. I am holding the entire show's series with an open hand. Just take me on one more journey.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
But maybe gently.
Yes, at first.
Yeah. Right.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Sarah Lynn. Sarah Lynn.
Oh. What a way to start. Okay.
Fuck.
She sounded a little off. So I drove to the planetarium and I found her passed out. I called 911 right away, but it was too late.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible mother.
No, it's no one's fault. Don't know where Sarah Lynn got the heroin from.
I have no idea.
Alrighty then, that's the only question I had.
Of course, I knew she was doing a lot of drugs. But that's who she was, who I was. We could keep partying forever and it wouldn't catch up with us.
Got it.
And Sarah Lynn followed me down because she thought I was a safe place.
As to be clear, the case is closed. You can stop rambling.
I gotta make some changes in my life.
And that was 2 full seasons ago. Yeah.
Damn.
All right.
Oh!
Oh!
Yes!
Oh!
Welcome to Pastiches Malibu.
Great.
I see you have the 6-week package. $100,000, please.
$100,000. Every room come with a free bag full of $90,000?
Can't put a price on clean living.
And yet somehow you found a way.
Yep.
Could we get a selfie?
What? No.
Every client that comes here takes a picture with me. Kind of a tradition.
I'm not in the mood. I look awful.
Johnny Depp did it, and he looked just as puffy and ghoulish as you do.
I would like to begin the process of healing so I can finally stop hurting the people around me.
All right, let's see. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. 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 And so much more.
Hey, you got a little farther. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a feeling. So now he's like,
yeah.
I'm taking this seriously. You're actually making steps
Yep,
now. Good progress. Oh.
Yeah.
So, when I went to the country club for Sheila's luncheon,
We are powerless over our addictions. Everyone takes a different road to get to the same city. Soberopolis, USA. Maybe you could tell us when was the first time you drank.
When wasn't the first time I drank? Am I right?
Your last day's tomorrow. You think you're ready to go back into the world?
I feel good. I feel clear.
Just because you clean the tobacco out of your teeth, don't mean it's your wedding day, pardon the expression. Tend to deflect whenever I ask you about the source of your addiction.
Yeah.
Hey, is that a new tie? Because I love it.
You understand a joke about deflection is still a...
Deflection, yeah.
I'm here to take responsibility for myself. And all I keep hearing is, it's not your fault.
That is the first step.
And what
Yeah.
12 steps.
But that's...
That is way too many. Nobody made me drink. My addiction didn't pull a knife on me and say, hey, bub, drink this alcohol or I'm going to strangle you.
This is good processing it, though.
We want what our addictions want us to want. Future is just a house built from the materials of our present on the blueprint that is our past.
Whoa.
Usually the point
Huh.
of sayings is
Whoa.
they illustrate complicated concepts via straightforward allegory. I really admire that your sayings don't do that.
They're the opposite.
You can leave whenever you'd like. But is that really what you want?
Yeah.
No.
Cool.
BoJack, did you grow up in a house with a lot of art?
My parents practiced the art of being terrible parents.
Yeah. Getting.
Jack,
Yeah.
you can't joke your way through this.
Yeah.
Everyone's being honest. Doug over here, who keeps dressing in a suit and tie even though he's never getting his finance job back. Joan Triplehorn, we all know you're just Gene Triplehorn wearing fake glasses. And that guy with the fake mustache is obviously actor Jay Hernandez, who's just here to do research for a role.
It's like I say, my name is Mario, by Zack Snyder. I'm addicted to pain pills from breaking too many bricks on my head.
She would love to get sober, but still has her friend McCaitlin sneak her water bottles filled with vodka every visiting day.
How is this my fault? I blame
Wow.
water for being vodka colored.
This is your 5th time in rehab. If you're checking into rehab more than once, either you're a lost cause or this is just an industry that profits off of repeat customers. Maybe they don't have your best interests at heart.
Oh. Now, $100,000, that's a grift.
Yeah, that,
But still,
absolutely.
that's also probably because it's an LA Malibu, you know.
Right.
I don't even need to be here. My dad totally overreacted when he found me not breathing.
Oh.
You have no idea what I've been
I
through.
know everything you've been through. I listen in group. Dad stuck you in boarding school and remarried, and now there's a new baby, and no one pays attention to you.
I was sober for most of last year, and he just waited for me to slip up so he could ship me here so I wouldn't embarrass him and ruin his new perfect family.
The gate code is 123456.
Yep.
You can sneak out the upstairs window after midnight bed check by tying your sheets into a rope, and nobody would notice you're gone until wake up. Is that what you really want?
Wow. 12th step. No, just
Yeah.
kidding. Fun.
Yeah.
I've heard of being at the end of my rope, but this is ridiculous.
Oh, no.
Because I had to break it to her that you weren't going to be your new mommy, international supermodel Cindy Crawfish.
The one thing I never expected was to find someone so special.
Cut!
That's a 5, everyone.
Damn. Love
Yeah.
it.
I'm loving your instincts. It's dead on.
So much Kazaz. Oh.
This got an It's supposed to get an ooh.
I'm nervous, okay?
Huh.
This is my first on-camera kiss, and it's with Cindy Crawfish.
You know how many guys would kill to be in your shoes?
I'll handle it.
Well, I sure as hell hope so.
Hey, what's in this orange juice?
Just a little extra punch.
Oh, no, I don't.
Trust me, it'll loosen you up.
Oh, that was it.
Wow.
Was to find someone so special.
Love it! The party's just beginning. Let's do one more take. You up for more acting, Cindy?
Well,
Hey, Sharona, how about some more of that OJ?
Wow.
Okay.
Holy shit. I've heard it being at the end of my rope, but this
This is ridiculous.
is very serious. Jameson, don't cut the string that connects you to the coat that is you.
McCaitlin told me Dathan was thinking of breaking up with me because I got fat junior year. So I need to go show him that I'm back to being hot, then break up with him for being a shallow buckfoy.
Buckfoy.
That's amazing.
Way to censor it. That was amazing.
I'm the idiot who helped you escape. So if you OD tonight, I'm the one who'll have to lie to everyone about what happened.
Well,
Whoa.
I'm going. You can come with me if you want.
God damn it.
Damn.
Just like that.
Just like that, yep.
You can't go in there.
I'll be fine. I'll just find Dathan, crush him with my thigh gap, and then we can go. It's me!
He's gonna be
Jameson
fucking somebody.
H.
Nope.
Don't do it.
Nope. Come on, bro. Oh, shit. Whoa.
Damn.
Whoa.
Hey,
Damn.
is someone having sex in there? I think there are people having sex in there. It was just a nerd. Definitely no one having sex in here.
You're BoJack from Spanish 1. See ya around.
Hey, you want a beer, Horseman?
Oh, no thank you. I mean, we're underage and, you know, the
I'm
law.
lifting 178 right now.
You know what? I'll have one beer.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep going back.
Speaking of losers, there's Josh. Look, he's wearing Kmart shoes because his family's poor. Katie's not laughing because she always thinks she's better than everyone. Hey, remember last year when one of Katie's boobs grew bigger than the other? Look at me, I'm Katie.
Hey, you want some?
Oh yeah, bartender, one more.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be his mom at the end, isn't it? Like she's gonna like.
Nathan's sucking McKaylin's face.
Oh my God, Jameson's not what it looks like, I swear.
You're still doing it.
I tried to make it easy on you, Jameson.
It's not my fault you're a mess. I mean, how many times have you been to rehab?
Yeah, Jameson.
Oh my God.
Well, shit. Okay. The physical aspects of that were hilarious.
That was really funny, yeah.
Look, it's okay.
But
You're gonna break up with him anyway, and your friend sucks.
No, they're right. I'm a mess and no one cares. God damn it. I might as well drink.
No, you need to go back to bed and get some sleep.
When my dad shows up to ask why I'm not in rehab, I'll be like, maybe you should go to rehab for your addiction to being a shitty dad.
I think that you should come back to Pastiches with me, like you promised. But if you want to go to your dad's house, all you have to do is steal Dathan's car. And I heard Michelle with one L is about to jump naked into the pool, so everyone's going to be distracted. But is that really what you want?
Bye, BoJack!
What? Damn it!
who is it gonna be? Yeah, Diane. Yeah.
I need you to find the address of some rich guy. He's the father of a girl named Jameson who's super annoying.
You have a good reason to locate a girl in the middle of the night, but I can't help you.
Fine, be that way. Can you patch me through to Todd?
What?
I don't know his number. I only remember your number because I've always thought it was such a dumb number with all those fours.
Phone number has a normal amount of fours. You are not gonna make me sell.
Hey!
What kind of phone
Yes!
number ends with a 3?
Shut up about my phone number. Hold for Todd.
Todd's Phone, your one-stop shop for all your Todd-related...
This is amazing.
Best hacker, right?
Yeah, but not the kind of hacker you're thinking of.
And then we're gonna bring everybody into this, right?
I've never hacked a sack in my life. But the only other contender is the Russian ringer they flew in special.
Whoa.
I gotta win this for America. Long
Right.
story short, the Russian had a heart attack. I won by default. Hold on, I'm getting another call.
PC.
Todd's Phone, spare the Todd, spoil the child.
Did you get
Yes,
the market
yes.
porcupine milk?
Although, I'm not looking forward to getting on a crowded bus in Porcupine Town.
Hold on, getting another call.
What?
Hey, superstar, how are things going on set?
Well, the movie itself is coming together beautifully.
Oh my
Wow.
On break, playing with my model helicopter, it crashed into the studio water tower.
Oh no!
God. Oh no!
It flooded the set of former VJ Downtown Julie Brown's new puppet show.
What?
Completely ruining her vintage...
Completely.
she just bought and disrupting the big finale.
I love all their face reactions to this.
Todd, I gotta go.
So, sounds like rehab's going well, huh?
No!
That was brilliant.
I'm expecting some timely feedback on an important dick pic.
Hey, do you know where Jameson lives?
Jameson H or Jameson Q?
Where's the nearest Jameson?
My dad loves movie memorabilia, and this car is his baby. No, it was his baby.
The
before
Jaws
the new baby came.
in
Now
the
the new
background.
baby's the baby, which means the car is the new me. He threw out all of my stuff and turned my room into the baby's room. But he loves his stupid bag naturally. His
All right.
dumb, stupid car.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I mean, it worked in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh, fine. If I'm gonna get lectured anyway, I may as well go back to rehab.
Mom said since you didn't come home, I should bring you your dinner. She hopes you like cold burned pot roast that was spit on. Huh? Coax it out of my sheath. BoJack!
Okay, let me just... Oh, you look so cute. Bye-bye.
It's fun to have you at the office, BoJack. You're really turning into a man. I think you're old enough now to have Jack and
It was Dad. Shit.
nice and sweet. Here's to our first drink as father and son.
Oh,
I fall
shit.
asleep? You went a little wild. You made a mess of my carpet, BoJack. I think your mother would be very disappointed in you. Maybe it's best if we both just forgot about everything that happened tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Screw your dad.
Whoa! Hey, that's the titular club from the First Wives Club.
You're just a kid. Why do you have to be responsible for all the ways he screwed you up?
Yeah! It's not my fault I was born!
Mjolnir.
suck too.
Ah, there we go. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, right.
Oh boy.
What the hell are you doing?
Oh,
That's
no.
the giant window from The Graduate.
I didn't want to leave rehab, but this scary old horse made me. Okay, I'm ready to go back to rehab now. I'll go wait in the car.
Listen.
Are you drunk or high?
What?
Are you drunk or high right now?
No.
I'm sorry she roped you into this. You're not the
Oh.
first guy to help her break out of that rehab. And then they want me to keep quiet to the press, so they give me a souvenir from one of their movies.
Oh, shit. It is a whole racket. Like,
I've tried everything. I thought she would change after she had her baby, but
oh. Yeah.
Oh my
Her
God.
baby.
let me guess, she wanted to see her boyfriend?
She told me she just wanted to come here to see her baby.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, he doesn't even believe him. Yeah. Oh.
Well,
Fuck.
shit.
This is
Yeah.
sad.
Jesus Christ. I have no idea how lucky you are. I wish I had someone when I was your age who cared about me enough to put me in rehab.
Maybe. Well, anyway, thanks for keeping me out of trouble tonight.
Really?
It was worth a try.
BoJack.
Now dump it out.
Right away. Okay, cool. I'm checking back in.
And he's gonna do the,
I
picture.
just snuck out. Put me down for kitchen cleanup duty or whatever the punishment is for sneaking out.
Everyone who's been here before is humble enough to take a picture with me.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Okay.
There's the
Sign me up
punishment.
for 6 weeks.
Yep.
Starting now.
And a picture?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cheese.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I was gonna say, I wouldn't have thought that 6 weeks would have been enough. Come on. You can
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Damn it! It is gonna be Mom, isn't it? No.
Because he wants to be close to them, and that's what they do.
Oh no.
Fuck, man.
No, it's even
That was-
worse.
That was beautiful.
I was holding back tears. Like, I feel like
That
I have
was
this
fantastic.
episode, man.
Holy shit.
I love how they skirted the line of making the rehab, like, somewhat decent,
Yeah.
but also being, like, a joke place and also a scam place. And, like,
Right.
like they had their cake and they ate it for the rehab spot.
Yeah.
But, shit. Unless I'm just wrong and rehab actually costs that much, because I think that has to be an LA.
I feel like that has to be an LA
LA
thing.
actor thing, you know.
Yeah. Although, given the state of healthcare in this country, I would not be surprised.
No, I don't think so, because rehab centers are private. Like they absolutely have to be.
Okay.
Addiction is a crazy powerful thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
I love how this episode went.
Yeah. We kept getting the whole thing of BoJack's alcoholism recontextualized over and over and over again as we changed scenes, not just with regards to the flashbacks of when did his first drink happen,
Right.
but also the, why were each of these drinks ones that he ended up doing? They were all based around the idea of fitting in, but because of the different settings, they had different like connotations to them.
Right. And I like that that when it came to the one at the party, he was opposed to it, yes, because of like the the legality of it and all that stuff, right?
Right.
But I think it was also the I don't have a positive association with this.
No.
Right? And so I don't want to do this, you
Right.
know. Yeah, that was brutal. Like this was an episode that I was thinking about, of like, okay, how are they going to do it? Because I like, and I like that the episode ends with BoJack still in rehab, and in a way, like just starting now the next step, right? Because after a lifetime of this stuff, it's 6 weeks is not going to be enough, right? That's gonna definitely help.
No.
That got him clean, right? And so now he can, maybe approach things, but like, he's in that better place to be able to make that decision. But when it comes to like the avoidance and things like that, the emotional issues, right? That's not something that like 6 weeks would be a fucking stellar pace, right?
Yeah, for substance abuse specifically, like, you know, that you're right. 6 weeks isn't enough. Like I've seen people go to rehab facilities for like a couple different things, but the main ones I've seen people go for are where they have more like psychotic episodes where it's like drug induced primarily, but like they don't end up needing to go that long. Like it's primarily like 4 to 8 weeks, you know.
Sure, the fully clear the system.
Yeah.
And then
some good mental reinforcement so that the patterns that would bring them again to that place are they actively avoid. You know?
Set them on the tracks to be able to then you know, like if it's not a long-lasting pattern, then maybe they don't need it for that long. It's just the fully reset, get you into a good place where you'll also be maintaining.
Yeah, but for long-term alcoholism, like in a lot of ways, I don't think that many people actually go to rehab. That's the actual scary thing. I think that most people would actually rather just go to AA meetings and just talk about it and, you know, have that kind of social encouragement to, you know, stay off of it. But there's no actual hard accountability, really. Like not really at all.
Well, yeah, and that's where the drug aspect to it probably makes things like easier in a way for BoJack because it's the no, this is this much of a problem, right? Like he has lots of issues, right? And it took a while for him to realize how big of a problem they were and that he needed professional help and all that stuff. But you know, it's that you once he actually is like looking at things clearly, you know, like or just not looking away from things.
I think
it's obvious that like no, I need this. Right?
Yeah, he's accepting things where they are. He's not using his avoidance techniques or his deflections or his comedy, which I love that they showed. The majority of the episode really about was that he used deflection when it was regarding him, but then actually once Jameson ended up coming into the picture, he actually started reciting a lot of the things that he had learned from therapy and rehab to bring in and help her situation. So he's doing the 12th step, you know, he's trying to teach somebody, he's trying to pass this along and help somebody else. That's great, BoJack. But I loved that was the only context where he was able to actually accept those kinds of things.
Right.
Was that it had to be with somebody else. He has his own self-worth issues to the point that he couldn't actually give those things to himself over the course of the
he keeps the
beginning
bottle,
of the episode.
you know. Yeah. And that's whether or not I like that we don't see whether or not he gets rid of it or not. Since we don't see him get rid of it, the implication is that he keeps it, which I don't. Normally, I would see that as being like a very bad thing, you know. But given that this is at the beginning of him signing up for the another 6 weeks, it kind of feels to me like it's the.
I need to beat this. So
right. Yeah.
In
Exactly.
the face and see it right there and be like.
Yeah, and even if
I'm
that's
not going to be beholden to my addictions, you know.
Right. Like there is still a problem that is underneath all of this stuff, right? The addiction serves a purpose, right? The way it started, it was in response to something, and that's the thing that BoJack hasn't been dealing with, and it does need to be dealt with, right? So he can have the progress of like, you know, managing to be able to do the hikes and, you know, and things like that. Fantastic, right? You know, like and that can't be discounted, right? That is truly wonderful, right? To get him to the point where now he can, even if it's just for someone else, even if he's not going to do it for himself, he can actually, you know, he knows the things, right? And so he can tell it to them and really believe it, you know. It's just, okay, can I do this, right?
Yeah, can I keep going? Can I just keep putting steps in place here? I love the way this episode brought the emotion of his power. Well, my emotion to his powerlessness out of me. I get, okay, maybe I'm not saying this right, but basically the feeling is that we saw him make choices as we got younger and younger.
Right.
But there was that little bit of pressure. There was that little bit of the tar pit kind of pulling him in, basically, from even like the point of horsing around where he didn't even know he was drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
And then they poured him some and he was just like, oh, wait, what is this?
Yeah.
Now, the thing that's really scary about this is that because these are flashbacks, you can assume that BoJack is remembering this. That's why we're seeing it.
Right.
But you don't have to. And this is where I want to go in with something here, is that BoJack deflected with the like, oh, who knows, when haven't I been drinking? And that immediately made me think, oh shit, it's going to be like his mom when he's like a baby or something.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things that it could be. We even have, I'd have to go back and check, but I even remember that she might have even been drinking when she was pregnant with him.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I have to go back to the flashback stuff with the mom, but basically every time that we go back, my thought is like, wait, BoJack's pretty old at this point. There's no shot that he remembers every single one of these things here.
Sure.
Like, I'm already forgetting pre 6 years old kind of stuff here. Like, I remember very key things, but the moment when I saw the one with his dad, and it's the idea that, like, Dad was bonding with me, even though it was a lie. The first time that we've seen the dad be kind to BoJack was when he was using this as a way to manipulate him and control him and get him to basically, not pass this on to Mom.
Right.
And then the time before that was, oh, Mom and Daddy are passed out sleeping. Well, they seem to drink this and it made them go to sleep. So I'm going to do that and curl up next to Mom. And it's the thing of, oh my God, you can extrapolate out that BoJack did all of the stuff with drinking primarily to, fit in. But what it actually is now is he gets maybe even a semblance of a response of, this feels like home to me when I drink.
Oh, yeah.
I get thrown back emotionally to that time when my parents actually, like, weren't fighting and were just quietly peaceful there with me. And that's probably one of his best memories with them, is just that time after a party when they're all low energy, they're not aggressive, it's peaceful, there's that feeling of home. And I just got so emotional thinking about that, because he might not even know that that's one of the many factors as to why he is drawn to drinking, is because it makes him feel safe. It makes him feel at home. And I just, fuck.
I will say, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. The way that they use the flashbacks here, and this also makes me think about over the course of the show, how, like, there would be certain things that we would actually get as flashbacks, certain things it would be, just BoJack talking to Diane and being like, well, yeah, my dad used to do it, but that's normal, right? In the first episode or whatever it was, right? And now that things are becoming physically clear for BoJack, right? He's not able to like, because he is sober, right? He doesn't have his usual coping mechanisms as a way to basically push all this stuff out of the way. And he does know that he's avoiding things, and that he does want to get better, right? So those sides of him are in active conflict rather than, like, suppressed, like, smothered under a blanket conflict.
Right.
That he starts to think about these things, and, like, maybe, like, I like to think that even if it's something where he'll laugh at the things that the person says in the lessons and stuff, and he won't engage, there's that part of him that's still thinking about it, right? When did I start drinking, right? I have been drinking for a long time. And then the things start to come back to him, right? Because I imagine that, like, all of those scenes were impactful for him for different reasons, right? The party where it's there was this girl that was actually potentially nice to me. Maybe I could have actually had a friend, and I
blew it.
I treated them like shit, right? Or, oh yeah, I now know what was going on with Dad back then. Wow, yeah, my dad really was a shitty person, right? And so let's wreck this car,
Right. There was immediate context given immediately after the flashback ended for many of those as to what he was doing and why. So I definitely think there's the memory actually coming back to him, but the reason why he drinks still being outside of his reach. Thus, he goes back to rehab. He might now know and might have gone through this process and gotten a bunch of memories. But the idea that the first drink was one that he made the decision to drink from.
Right.
But it's not because he, made some like, oh, I know what this will do to me.
No, exactly. Right. It was innocent and ignorant.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be closer to
exactly
to mom and dad. Right. And that's what's so heartbreaking about it. Right. Because I'm sure there's some part of the things that happened to him as a result of the people around him where there would always be some justification in the mind of the other person, right?
Yes.
Whether you're talking about, dad pouring BoJack a drink and it's yes, I want him to not talk about this to mom, but at the same time, this will be good for him in some way, right? Like all of those different instances of things, right? This will help this person, be able to do this scene that we need them to do, right? Like, it's so, like, I feel like the thing that this episode communicated to me the most was that it's so easy for something like this to start, right?
Sure.
The parents wouldn't have thought that their drinking to deal with their own marital issues, right, would end up necessarily causing trouble for their son. Not that they spare too much thought or care about him in the first place, but that's not something that's going to be on their radar, right? It's just, this is what we do because we don't like each other anymore and we're stuck together. But to some degree, we still care about BoJack, so we'll stay together, or or something, right? Like, or we just can't afford to basically separate at this point. And then, hey, this happens. The little one is watching, right? And so, when they both pass out, he's gonna be like, okay, well, what's this? All right, I'll cuddle up next to mom.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
Yeah. So that's episode 1.
Yeah.
Of season 6. I loved the twist with Jameson.
That was great.
All the movie references and stuff were wonderful, and the way in which they were, slightly different and like.
The Ferris Bueller's like
apocalypse now, alpaca lips now.
The fact that the baby crib was on the Untouchables
car,
like okay, right, and she won't even acknowledge it as being her baby. It's dad's new kid, right? And so there's no space for me. Like, you want to talk about the reasons why she's been in therapy so many times and it hasn't been going anywhere. Well, you want to talk about the avoidance stuff that you are having an issue with BoJack.
Yeah,
that's a look at it.
Yeah,
right?
That's what it looks like.
She might be way younger than you, but she's got you beat on avoidance, right? Like,
damn. I loved also the phone call chain.
That was great.
The way in which, once Mr. Peanut Butter gets brought into it, like, Diane is already, like starting to fall asleep. And then she, like, actually, like, almost falls off the bed. And then she gets up and she can tell, like, oh my God, wait, that's Mr. Peanut Butter there.
Oh, shit. Quiet. Yeah, looking from side to side, like, at the different, like, conversation.
God, that's wonderful.
People in the conversation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's fun to see a bunch of the characters from the past kind of giving us in the, first episode a little bit of a recap of BoJack's journey. Remember all the eras of BoJack? And even seeing some ones that we didn't get as much focus on before. What did you think of the therapist? Because I liked in some ways how corny he was.
Yeah, he was definitely corny. I feel like he's not as obviously terrible of a therapist as the one that BoJack bribed, right?
Yes.
Although
we didn't get as much time to give her actual time to do therapy on screen.
And therapists are people too, right?
Yes.
So there's no reason necessarily that they would, they're somehow going to be like immune to bribery, right? Like
totally.
But with this guy, I feel like he was genuinely trying to help, but because BoJack isn't like that's not something that BoJack is actually has signed up for in this episode, right? He's signed up for the rehab, but he's not signing up for like being emotionally vulnerable. And so maybe the fact that one, the therapist isn't given much focus in the episode, and when he is, it's very like, you know, silly comedic. Maybe that's showcasing how BoJack is kind of seeing him to sort of like paint with a brush so that he doesn't have to.
I'm talking about the parts
engage.
where we actually got to see him do some stuff there, because he did actually say some good things. Like,
I think he definitely has like. I think he's actually a solid person to like.
Yeah,
for BoJack.
Because the follow-up thing with this is that if BoJack is actually going to take these 6 weeks seriously, as opposed to the previous 6 weeks where he kind of avoided things, do you think he has a shot here? Because
I think he absolutely does.
Because I love that he kept the bottle, but the idea that the bottle holds the swirling galaxies of, you know, what they saw at the planetarium.
Right.
And that's kind of what it represents to him, not even the alcohol.
Yeah.
So then he puts it back there, gets that stern look on his face.
Yeah.
I think it would be amazing to see him actually get clean.
I think
and start okay, cool. Now I'm drugless, alcoholless for X amount of, you know, weeks or months or something.
So I've always been optimistic for BoJack, you know, for the most part, other than a few exceptions maybe. That hasn't always felt rewarded because BoJack is, you know,
BoJack,
he's got a lot of work to go through.
Yeah.
But especially given that the episode started with the aftermath of Sarah Lynn.
Yeah.
I really like that, and I think that
so much.
that is an element of the optimism that we can have for this.
Sure.
Because
okay.
Does that mean that, oh yeah, he has this big, you know, clap upside the head, right? And then he immediately ignores it. He lies about what was going on, right? You know, all of these things.
Changed my life.
Yeah.
Goes right back to drinking.
Goes right back to drinking, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's something where it's he did realize that he needs to change his life. Yes, he went back to drinking because he's not willing to do that right now, but he knows he needs to, right? And so he's going to forget as much as possible, right? And the fact that he got to the point where he was able to basically remember that and then actually take action on that, that is in no small part thanks to basically a happy accident of circumstance.
Basically,
you know, right? Because otherwise he could have just theoretically been successful in pushing that off forever. But now he got to the point where, okay, I can't avoid that anymore. He does the rehab. He's not willing to go into the deep stuff, but he is willing to do the physical stuff, right? Okay, I can't have substances anymore, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be collapsed at the beginning of the hike, you know, and eventually I'll be able to do it, right?
Right. Now that changed. He wasn't even trying on those. It was once he then realized, like, oh, like in the middle of the thing, like I need to actually like put something into this.
Well,
because I won't get something out of it if I don't.
I think it's definitely a mixture of I need to put something into this, get something out of it.
Well, because it's when he sees the Sarah Lynn photo in the thing there that he actually starts trying, and he opens up at the place. He starts walking.
Yes, absolutely. Like that. There was definitely an increase in effort that happened as a result of that, right?
Yeah.
And I love the fact that she had a photo there. Like that's perfect.
Yeah.
But I think it's something where, like the fact that was able to happen was also as a result of the progress that had been made passively by BoJack of just being in a place of,
yes, for sure. I'm trying to marry that to the idea that what's keeping him here is what happened with Sarah Lynn.
Right.
It's the idea that time he said he would change his life almost for her, you know, for her memory's sake in a lot of ways. And he didn't do it. So now by being here, he's fulfilling that promise and he's remembering that time, not just as a like, oh, that was the point when it happened when I realized I've gone too far, basically, but also I feel such incredible guilt and shame and all of horrible everything.
Yep.
And so that pushes me to keep going. That's why he's okay keeping the filled bottle there, because
and he has that determined look. Yeah.
Right, because it reminds him of that. I wonder if that's wholly positive though, because there's sometimes where you can use the the equivalent of the emotional stick to be like, keep going, horse, you know?
Okay.
And there's other times where, you know, slapping yourself, you know, basically to keep going.
Right.
Is
It's
not
just self-flagellation.
Exactly.
Yeah, but not actually like changing things.
Right.
Yeah, and so and the whole point of addiction is that it's the point at which you yourself are compromised, right? So there could absolutely be some part of this where it's self-deception, and he's like, I'm going to keep this here because I do want it near me, while at the same time being like, but I'm going to stare at it and I see the stars, you know, right? Like this is, you know,
right.
This is not an escape. This is what I am escaping from, right? Both can absolutely work, and that's where I think it's something where, you know, it's not a decision that's made in a singular point in time. It's an ongoing process and series of decisions that build off of each other.
Which
and
that's the point of rehab. Yeah.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
And so
building a pattern.
Right. That's where I think this is a good pattern. I think this is going to go well. I would not be surprised if there were complications along the way, but
Yeah, so we now kind of time skip. We then go focus on the other characters right now.
Using the...
Because we've effectively set up the next BoJack 6 weeks and what it'll look like. And
Right.
So we don't need to follow it exactly to a T now. I mean, we could, but...
I remember with the season 3, like, you know, finale and everything when Sarah Lynn died, right?
Yeah.
It felt to me like that's okay. That's this is the start of the upward trajectory for BoJack.
And in some ways it was.
Yeah. The thing is,
a very small way.
It was so small, and it was a lot of this, you know, right? But, you know,
if you looked at it over the course of two seasons.
Now it's finally gotten to that point where it starts to curve up, right? It's one of those math equations where it's almost no progress, and then suddenly it takes off, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're at. We're at the point where now you can actually see the progress, whereas before now it was all that struggle to... I know I need to do this, but God, oh God, I don't want to, and so I'm going to run in the other direction as fast as I possibly can.
Along the way, when he would rebound, he would come back up a little bit higher than when he started. Yeah.
And so,
but a lot of people were hurt along the way.
Oh,
those
yes.
2 seasons.
Oh,
so
yes.
It's a really scary thing that BoJack's basically just kind of gotten away with having all these pits.
Yep.
And not had any real hard, terrifying consequences to him.
Right.
They're always to other people.
But at least, hey, you did hit rock bottom. Unlike I wasn't able to change my suit for the tea party or whatever.
Right. That's maybe the other thing is that, like, if Sarah Lynn was rock bottom, that probably was rock bottom, I would say. Then I'm glad BoJack hit it only once. Because in some ways, I think he came really close to hitting it again with Hollyhock, and potentially even his mom. But I'm really, really excited that the season is starting off like this.
Yes.
Because I could have a whole season of BoJack and Rehab, but I don't want that. I'd rather have that to be a thing that is an arc or a time skipped portion of things that then we can have a very impressive new foundation for things that then we can play within, where he has still pits and falls and stuff like that, but it's based around the overcoming of these really painful memories and struggles. Yeah,
because Rehab is still just the beginning for BoJack, right?
Yeah.
Even with this next 6 weeks, if we end up seeing it in the second episode is another like Rehab episode, I'd love that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do that.
I'd be surprised if they did have it be a Rehab episode.
I would be kind of surprised just from the hey, it's a very similar episode kind of deal. But you know, even if it's the at the end of Rehab, right? We kind of this paints a picture for what those next 6 weeks would have been like.
Sure.
And then over the course of the episodes over the show, the remainder of the show, it's all right, now when you're not in that idyllic environment, right, where you know, you've got the training wheels basically, right? When those come off, can you walk? Can you do this? When you're interacting with these other people, right? Can you share those things? You know, maybe he shares a whole ton of stuff in Rehab that we just don't get to see. But then when he like talks with Diane next, it's it went deep, you know.
Yeah,
right?
and I'd love to see that because I think we've characterized BoJack enough where we'd be able to tell the differences in the way that he talks if he did have a change in that regard without having to exposit and show directly actually what he did.
Right, the present that paints the picture of the past, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about animated shows in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.